So for this video, I'm continuing off of, connecting the virtual machines. We connected the Azure ones, and then we also connected the on-premises one, you know, locally through the RDP session. Anyway, so now we gotta choose what data we want to send to this workspace. So you go to Agents Configuration Blade, and you see Windows event logs and Windows performance counters, and same thing with Linux performance counters, and syslog, even IIS logs. So you choose what you want to send. So you just add the logs. So if I were to create a Windows event logs, it would show all the VMs that are connected that are Windows. It would show all their logs. So if you actually go into this VM, which is the one that I set up before, that I installed the agent on, it's Windows 2019. So if you go to Event Viewer, and it's checking now, there will be lots of different Windows logs right here. You have application logs, security, setup, system logs, a lot. Okay, so here are all the different, logs for application, and you could read the details on what's happening. So Event Viewer just shows everything that's going on with your machine. So there's a lot of logs. So let's say we want to just get the application logs. Well, then it's a Windows event log, like Event Viewer, event log. So let's add one, and we said we want the application, and then you can filter if you want to get error, warning, or info. So I want all those logs in the application logs, so you click apply, and agent's configuration was saved. Now actually, if you go in here, you see you have security logs. You actually won't be able to connect that to your workspace because that's actually part of the Azure Sentinel service. But for log analytics, you could stream your system events and your application events. So that's the logs we're going to look at. Let's look at the performance counter. So it's custom intervals to gain insight into the performance of hardware components, operating system, and apps. So let's say we want to monitor or look at the memory, and we want to see the available megabytes. Then we choose that, and choose the sample rate. So I want to send this to our workspace, this metric, so hit apply. And let's do the same thing for the Linux performance counter. Memory / available megabytes. And apply it. So now let's look at the logs. So you go to General Logs Blade, and you just X this out, and so right now under log management you see there's only one table in place, but it takes around 10 minutes for more data to stream in, and then I'll create more tables. So I'm gonna come back after 10 to 15 minutes, and we should see more tables with data in it, and then we can look at it. Alright, so I came back and I refreshed the page, and now we have the events table and the perf. So anyway, you could type in perf or just double click it, and let's run it. And now you can see the performance metrics. So you see it's all the different VMs, so Windows and the Linux ones. And if you open up one of them, you could see the counter name and the counter value. So you see that the logs are being sent to the workspace, and we could do event. And just run the event, and here's some event logs for demo VM1 and VM3 because we said the Windows one. So here's your event logs. Name, ID, message, anything you want. So anyway, this is how to choose what data to be sent to the workspace.